Hi, my name is Jack Skifsted, and I will be talking about professional communication in the packaging workforce, since packaging is my major. First of all, the professional I interviewed is named Joseph Krennick. He works at Green Bay Packaging. He is relatively my age, and he is new to the industry, so he was a great resource to use because I will be hopefully new to the industry soon. He We conducted our interview over the phone on November 19th, 2018. He was very friendly. It was relatively a conversation, which was very nice, and I got a lot of information from him. First, we talked about all the different pathways of professional communication. We listed off these 5 being face-to-face, email, memo, phone, and reports. And then we kind of divulged into each individually. First of all, face-to-face. He said it's the most common form of communication. You're kind of just always talking to people around your work, around the office. And then the benefit is that you have the ability to communicate with body language. And then also tone of voice. So you get to say more without saying more. You get to use your tone of voice, whether you're angry or happy, kind of just you get to divulge more information with saying less. So it makes it quicker and easier, but you also need to be clear and precise because the downfall is that you can easily be distracted. So he just said, be clear what you have to say and say it quickly and precisely so you don't get off track. Next up, he brought up email. Email has the benefit of telling a lot of information to a big audience rather than face to face when you're just talking to a group of people. Email, you get to send it to the whole company, maybe the whole industry. You get to or you can just do it to one person. It gets to be less personal though because you're not using your tone of voice, you're not doing your body language. There's not as much personality to those emails. It can be formal or informal though. You can just be talking, asking for a follow-up, or you can be asking for a follow-up from a coworker, or you can talk to like your boss and ask for a raise all on an email. And it gets to be pretty easy. Everybody has an email these days. So you just type it up, you write your signature at the bottom, then you should be good. Next up is memos. Memos tend to be more formal and formatted, like the ones that we've been doing in class. He said they aren't as common these days, but when you do write a memo, there has to be an essential topic. It has to be written well, but then it gets to be not as personal. Memos are maybe like a safety memo or a continuous improvement memo. It's not maybe necessarily just what's happening day to day, it's as a whole organization. But then, since it's all formatted in an essential topic, it has to be very concise. You have to get right to the point. And then next up is phone. Phone conversations, you get to talk more personally. You get to use your tone of voice, not your body language, but your tone of voice. You get to see what people are thinking just by the way they say something. And that's very easy these days. Everybody has a phone. You have a phone at your office or your cell phone. It's very quick. You just call them up real quick, and it's quicker than email. Maybe they might not be at their computer for email, but normally they'll always be by like their cell phone. So if you need information quick, you just call them up, talk to them. But if they're not there, you can leave a message and you can ask them to call you back, maybe even send an email. And now lastly, there are reports. He said that reports are very data driven. They're more for like regulatory bodies rather than within the company. You're writing a report, so then if you ever get audited, they have that to check on. They're very, very tedious. They're very slow. They're regulated. Hopefully the company that I work for one day will have these templates that you just get to follow. You put in the information in a specific spot. But then he said that also not all companies have those templates. So then it's even slower because you have to create the template and then you have to punch in the information, and it can be up to like 6 months, 8 months, or even up to a year just to get these reports done and the regulatory bodies to approve of them. But they're very essential. You're not doing these reports just because you can or you want to. You have a specific purpose, you have a specific outcome to have. But you said they're very essential within the industry. And thank you for listening. These are my references. I spoke to Joseph Krennick,